through other people.
How do did you leave me, Tyler? From
Yeah,
that stuff?
I
'Cause
was-
now there's
I was trying to
jellyfish
get-
in the water.
Oh, I died. I was trying to get a better pickaxe
Do you think
thing.
there's jellyfish? Oh, I brought up the whole bees and bats things to say that I think I determined exactly the only like fear of animals I have, and it's fucking jellyfish. Jellyfish, man. Yeah, like I just cringe not cringe, it's the wrong term. I just absolutely cannot stand. First of all, I don't really like swimming in the ocean to begin with. I don't.
Sharks,
I just don't
man.
like the idea of the shark. I could give two shits about sharks. Honestly, I wish I could get attacked by a shark and live, so that I could be like, I have attacked by a shark. I do not want to get stung by a jellyfish to say I'm stung by a jellyfish.
Like don't bother me
that.
much.
That scene in Finding Nemo would be like my absolute worst case scenario of if I ever had to be in a situation. Like, I'd rather be ripped apart by the most like terrifying demon, like ghost, ghoul or zombies. I would happily. Zombies not a good example. I would love to be in a zombie apocalypse. But
I mean, what self-respecting nerd wouldn't at this point?
Yeah, I mean,
Why can't I make any fucking? I can't make any better miney things.
Miney.
You need to smell ore.
Do you mean a pickaxe?
I got lots of ore. Or
You
what?
gotta smelt it, man. What do you
I
know?
know, I smelted it, actually, is what I said. What I meant to say.
Oh, did you?
Oh, I can make a tin hammer. Is that good?
Do you have wood sticks? Or
I
sticks?
do. I got
Is
that
that wood?
shit.
Sticks?
Is
A
tin
hammer,
worse or better
do
than
you want a
iron?
pickaxe?
Fucking what?
Tin is worse.
Whatever.
Did you die in the...
Out of gaff.
I don't know. Look, you didn't even kill the zombie that killed you.
I know. It's because I was stuck outside.
How are you killed? You can open the door. No one else can.
No, but you can't open it unless you're like right next to it. And to be next to it, I have to get raped by zombies.
Woohoo! You don't. You can open it from afar. Look, I'm over here.
Ooh, I just found 2 more
That's
life
like a
crystals.
sword.
Oops.
Alright.
Dude,
I
what?
have
What
to
is that?
grab another drink. I will be right
Oh, the
back.
doctor's meat was ripped off the bone. Where are you going?
About to go on.
Why are you
getting
leaving?
I'm getting a drink. Just
Where's your
chill
meat
for a
going?
second.
So why don't you have? See, I have. Hurry up.
Can you grab me a drink? I would be appreciative. Damn it!
Are you sitting next to each other?
No, we're in different rooms, but he's on the way to my room. Or the other way around.
You're on the way to his room?
No, my room's on the way to his, meaning he's got to pass it on the way back.
So wait. Where are you? I don't see you on the map.
Way to the right. I'm exploring a cave and I found a bunch of life crystals.
Claimed. Claimed.
What about them?
They're claimed.
Oh, I ate them already.
But they. Oh, this is bad. No, I'm okay. What?
like
are you? Did you go down ice? Did you have to swim underwater to get to where you are?
Not
I think you're
underwater.
lower. I think you're lower. I must fork down here somewhere. Hooray! There we go. Guess you're down more.
I am low now, but before I just found a cavern that I've been following. Ooh, I found another life thing. I'll save that one for you.
That's okay. Are you a new character? Because I have a bunch. Some old
How much
character.
do you have at the moment?
I don't really remember how it's scored, but I have
Well,
5
what's your-
hearts.
You can see your life, something out of something.
Well, it says 100 out of 100, but why would it give me hearts?
How many
Isn't
hearts do you
there
have?
There's 5 of them.
Oh, I have like.
I also acquired
Wait a
another
minute now.
beverage.
Oh, damn
I'm
it.
back.
How am I that
I got
bad,
another
then? This
PVR.
character- This is the original. Maybe it's not.
Hello, Vivi Mayhem.
Because you should have a lot more than that.
Welcome to Gaming Not Guaranteed, where me and my co-host Chickbee fuck
I'm
around.
not seeing you anywhere. Maybe I
Sometimes
was-
game,
oh,
no
hold on.
promises there. And hope to entertain you.
Back down to
How you
the
doing
right.
today?
Oh, here's something. Here's something.
Oh yeah.
sorry.
Okay, so wait, I was gonna say something. Oh, give me a second. What were we talking about? What were we just talking
So,
about?
Marvel character.
Oh yeah. Actually, let's go to that real quick. Was he in? So back to 20 questions. Was this Marvel character in any movies recently?
Recently?
Well, has he been in one of the Marvel movies since, like, the whole Marvel movie thing started?
Oh god. Yellow slime. He has not been. He. No. Not recently. What is Marvel? What is recent Marvel? Within the last 5 years?
Yeah, like, doesn't have to be this last week or something, but yeah. After the whole Marvel trend. Also, Rai has asked if has wondered if we're still playing this game, and to that I'm gonna have to say, Rai, if you have a suggestion for a game you think would be fun for us to play and would be both cheap and entertaining without being distracting, I'm totally down for suggestions. We need to expand our horizons for future episodes, so feel free.
Okay. I would like to apologize. Not Marvel.
Oh, you
It's
bitch.
DC then?
Sorry, not DC. No.
Oh, okay.
Is
They
it-
are the primary IP for this studio. Publisher, rather.
Oh, fuck.
Most well-known, rather. The reason I brought up Daredevil was
Thundercats.
because the origin story, I don't know, this might give it away. To my knowledge, this was always just like, a fun fact that was thrown out there. It might be complete bullshit. I honestly don't think I've ever gone and checked this myself. But that the origin, like the origin page explaining this character's origin and Daredevil's origin are supposedly the same. Like they were created as superheroes as a byproduct of the same event. Like
Interesting.
where you could, like it looked like
They
it
went
was
blind and then that shit.
not blind, but they were
Oil
exposed
spill,
to the same thing,
chemical or
exposed-
something, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, they were exposed to the same thing, the same exact one. Like they were present when Daredevil was exposed to the radioactive spill or whatever gave him his powers. They were there at the same time as him.
Interesting.
And gained their powers from the same thing. I will double check that to make sure that it is true. That was just always a little factoid I always read and such. But yeah.
I don't know anyone that's not a Marvel character in that situation. I also don't know anything about Daredevil.
Don't need to know anything about Daredevil. That was just, again, just an associative factoid.
Ooh, I
May or
found
not.
silver.
But yeah, here, let me double check.
Unfortunately,
Wow, I found, like, a
Mayhem.
massive cavern that leads all the way down to the
Sadly,
next layer.
I don't have an extra copy of Terraria. I only just picked this up just recently, actually. I'm not a
The Snowfinks is coming after
big
me.
player of Terraria myself.
Extremely popular IP, though, by the way.
Alright.
Okay, so here. Blank first appeared in an American comic book published by Blank Studios in... I'll leave the year out, too. The concept arose from a humorous drawing sketched out by person during a casual evening of brainstorming with friend person. Using money from a tax refund, together with a loan from Blank's uncle, the young artist self-published a single-issue comic intended to parody four of the most popular comics of the early 1980s, Marvel Comics' Daredevils and New Mutants, Dave Sim's Cerebus, and Frank Miller's Ronin. So I guess that's why the
it's a
association
parody.
is. They literally shoehorn themselves in. I would say the concept arose from a humorous, tended to parody, but actually became a legitimate one itself.
Not an expert in comic book characters. You're giving us some really hard
No.
ones.
Well, if you remember, I said that this would be really easy. That was why I went while you were thinking.
I know.
So think of something that's easy. Okay, I'll tell you this. I have never read a single one of their comics.
Is it Is it the Watchmen?
No,
Is it from Watchmen? Okay.
No.
Is beyond Watchmen, Marvel, and DC? I don't
that's
know.
Dark Horse.
I don't know if I know any other comic books.
Don't think comic book characters. That's really the issue. I've never read their comics. I'm a huge fan of them, and I think you were too. Think 90s cartoons
90s cartoons.
and films
Captain Planet.
and games. Was he a comic book
I
character?
have no clue. I was just trying to think of people who would be from a chemical spill.
Do you remember? Do you remember Fern Gully? That movie?
Oh my God, yes. No.
That was a great movie.
Do you remember? Oh, I can never remember what it's called, but I can give you the Google search term to find it. But there was this
Well, what's
other
it about?
movie where these it's like Fern Gully. It's a bunch of little animals, and there's an or a gas, like a natural gas tanker, tips over near their place and spills, and so this little girl like raccoon gets sick, and so they go on an adventure to get like alfalfa or some like really random herb that the old raccoon dude tells them to go get. And at one point they make a flying machine out of like leaves and a bunch of random shit.
This was an old movie?
Yeah, it was like the same time as Fern Gully. It was slightly less popular though.
I mean, off the top of my head, anthropomorphic animal cartoons, Secret of Nim, Rescues Down Under.
They're less popular.
What was that? Rockadoodle-Doo? Rockadoodle-Doo.
I remember that.
That
Is
was
this the
a
one
weird
that
I went back
is
and watched
the
that
inside
as an
joke
adult.
within a lot of people?
What?
Hmm?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was gonna say Five Goes West.
Oh no.
Okay.
Five Goes West is just the greatest thing ever. That's unrelated though.
Okay.
You ever seen the
See.
Five-O movies, Trig? Five-O Goes
I think
West,
so.
Five-O
Like,
Saves
I
New
always
York
remember
or something like
understanding
that.
pop culture, but I feel like I don't. Like I just don't really remember it. Once Upon a Forest? Is that?
Maybe?
Like,
Oh,
that's just
Rye
literally the first thing. I
suggests that
searched
we
Rack-
use tax refund, like do our taxes for the next episode. It seems like a solid plan.
I think
I
that.
already did my
yeah,
taxes.
yeah. This is definitely what you're thinking of. I searched. What did I search? I searched raccoon cartoon oil spill.
That's
And
that's
it's got
literally
the
what I
cover
always
art.
search.
My name is Michael J.
The cover art
Caboose.
is like a porcupine in a green-looking bathtub with leaves as the wings, flying in the air above. Yeah, it tells the story of three forest Denzians that go on an expedition to cure their friend Michelle, who became sick. from
Yeah.
tropical
What was that one called?
Once Upon a Forest. I don't even remember this. It was Hanna-Barbera, though, 1993.
Ah,
Good
yes,
year,
that was like
man.
my favorite
Good
movie as a
year.
child. The best part is that the old badger that tells them to go on the adventure is the voice of the original Phantom of the Opera, like the famous one. He even sings a song, and it's just really weird. And that is why when I started being interested in Phantom of the Opera in high school, and someone was like, "Well, you've got to watch the original. It's way better than the movie." And I watched it, and I'm like, "Why is there an old badger singing all these songs about being crazy? That doesn't seem right at all." Yeah, right. Unfortunately, the delay is not ideal on Twitch. Ooh, Rye does suggest Magicka. He would like to see us play some Magicka sometime.
Alright, we can definitely do that one.
Killing Floor, we episode 1 of Gaming Not Guaranteed actually featured Killing Floor primarily. The only problem we ran into,
It was
it
bad.
was
I'm
very
lagging a lot, by
distracting.
the way.
It was extremely distracting, which made it hard for us to talk about shit. Anyways, so this, oh my god, I cannot think of this hero. Not like the Wonder Twins, right? That's DC, I think.
Nope. Nah, you'll know it when. I don't want to give you any more hints. Just rapid
Quail
fire
Man.
questions. You don't even have to
Just
go in
kidding.
order. Just ask questions.
All right.
I'll answer them.
Does he wear a goofy suit, or is he like mostly normal
Not really.
looking?
Here, hint. Wears almost nothing.
Wears almost nothing. Interesting.
Almost nothing.
First,
Very, very
immediately what comes to mind is He-Man, but I know that that's not really a parody of anything,
It's the
or
same
would have
thing I was
never been a
thinking.
parody of anything.
No, don't think Don't
I
think
know.
it's parody. By the time they got very popular, it was they had lost. Again, it just said that they, and I didn't even know that it started as a sarcastic, very humorous. Though. Very humorous.
No, that's Marvel. Damn it. I was thinking, with humorous, I was thinking of Deadpool, but then I remembered that Deadpool's definitely Marvel. He's X-Men specifically. Right guy says, wears almost nothing, half of all heroes ever.
Yeah.
He's not entirely wrong there.
Oh god, apparently T
Trying
throws
to-
items.
Traverse this inky blackness here. I have like a stick that can glow in the water now. That's cool. All right.
You're,
Was it ever a cartoon on TV?
Absolutely. Was here's a nice hint, maybe. Was a cartoon on TV when we were kids, still is. Different form, rebooted multiple times, but still on television as a new television show.
Patrick Star.
Darkwing Duck.
What was that? No. Also, lots of games. I believe. I mean, this probably won't jog any of your memories, but it was the very first PlayStation 2 game me and Matt ever owned, or me and Cyril ever owned. How about Figus? We'll call him Figus.
Figus, yeah.
That sounds
Just
like
go
a better
straight with
standalone
Figus,
than
yeah.
Cyril.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
We can call him
PlayStation
Iceland if he's
2 game.
And also NES, also at SNES. I remember having both of those, or maybe not SNES. Yeah, we didn't have an SNES, but also had it on NES. I mean, again, this IP has been it's like one of the cross-platform, huge merchandising, action figures, everything. That's why I thought it would be easy. It's one of the
I feel like
most
we're like
famous
seriously overthinking this.
super-
Probably, yeah.
It's a team. I'll give you that hint too. They've never appeared without each other. These people. I'm thinking of one of them, but once you get the team, you'll just
Wonder
rattle them
Twins.
off until you get this specific
It's already
one
said
I'm thinking
that.
of. The only
Oh.
reason, nope. More than that.
Thundercats.
There was several. Nope.
Optimus Prime.
Has a very recognizable theme song.
What? I don't know where
Or
you're.
I would consider. I think most people would consider them it a very 90s.
Dive kick's not
Pop
a bad idea for a
culture,
future game.
Okay, when you asked, have they been part of the recent Marvel movie thing? And because, I was incorrect on them being Marvel, I didn't think they were, but I knew the association with Daredevil, which is what made me ask what Daredevil was. Very, very popular movies in the 90s. They were the stars of. And were very, again, very ingrained in popular culture across the board for many years. Still are. I still consider them probably my favorite superhero team. Besides Team Rocket, of course.
Oh man.
Go back to
Do they have
uniform.
superpowers? Do they actually have like abnormal, non-human powers?
Not. They are very abnormal, but I don't know if you would consider them having any. Do you have an umbrella on your head? What is?
I do.
Oh, I'm lagging like shit. Yeah, this
I
is
am
bad.
too.
How am I not getting any
I
lag?
think someone is using.
Downloading porn.
Well, isn't he hosting on your local network?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should.
It's on my computer.
Yeah. So if he's lagging, I should be lagging. Oh. Oh. Oh, you called. Rye totally called it. Is it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? What?
There you go.
That's totally what it was. That makes so
Yes.
much sense now. Do you remember Turtles Against Time, the SNES game? Do you remember playing the shit out of that as kids? We played so
That's probably
much of
what
that.
he was referring to. Oh, actually, no, that's not.
No.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll be right
I
back.
thought that would be
Great
quick.
time.
That should
Oh,
have
wait,
been
which one?
quick. That should have so been quick. Rye wins.
It was
10 points for
Raphael.
him. It was Raphael.
Yeah, he was always my favorite because of red, and I always thought he had the coolest weapons.
I liked Donatello. I always had a thing for staffs. I thought someone that could beat. I mean, that sounds really, totally dirty and
Well, I mean,
gay,
you had that
little homoerotic.
staff. You have your little staff, right?
Yeah, I do. I own a
remember
bow
you
staff.
having one.
Someone gave it to me for my birthday. He was a very interesting person. he thought I would want a bow staff for my birthday, which is, you know, whatever. It's a thing that someone could think.
Accurate.
Yeah. I mean, actually, when I was a kid, I think I preferred, was it Leonardo has the swords? Because, I mean, swords just seem cool.
And he's the leader, wasn't he? He was
Yeah.
blue, right?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
He was the well, and rebellious, you know, not following the rules, and he had the cool Kai. What are they called? His little
Sai.
Yeah.
What
Which
do
I
you
just thought
think
really
of
cool.
Michael
I'm
Bay
back.
producing the next TMNT? How do you think that's gonna go? Did you hear they're not actually
Who is
turtles?
Michael Bay?
Michael Bay is
Oh, I
making
forgot
a.
the beer part. Shoot,
You,
beer back.
you don't even know. You brought this up as your 21 or 20 questions, and you haven't heard about that?
I knew that they were making that a new TMNT movie was in What's happening up there? I knew that a new TMNT movie was in pre-production.
Yeah.
Oh, Art just died. Nuke just died. I wondered what was happening up there. What was
Holy
he doing
shit!
outside at night? No. Michael Bay? Really?
Yeah,
And they're not turtles?
and
Are
they're
they
not
dinosaurs?
turtles. They're aliens from another planet.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
But are they turtle-like
Yeah, they look
humanoids?
like turtles.
Because I wouldn't be
They
totally
look
against
mostly
that.
the
Just
same.
kind of a
They're just
re-
not called turtles. They're not. Well, they're called like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they're like, we're not actually turtles, by the way. Which to me is a little bit of bullshit, I think. But I mean, I could deal with it.
Okay, I'll say this. I
Whoa,
am not
whoa.
a hater of Michael Bay films.
Yeah.
I think that he makes a very specific film, and most of the time I enjoy it. Like Transformers, I like those movies. I liked the Transformers, the ones I saw. I saw
Right.
2, maybe 3, and I like those movies. First of all, I love Shia LaBeouf as much as all the stupid shit he's been doing these last couple months. I loved, Even Stevens.
Even
That was
Stevens
like one of
was
the top
great.
shows that me and Matt
Disturbia,
watched.
great movie.
Yeah, and I always like. I completely agree. Like, I don't like scary movies besides zombie movies. I hate like Paranormal Activity. I hate
Right,
that
right.
shit. I hate all those movies. But I didn't used to be a huge fan of thriller films, but like Disturbia, I guess like I like Psycho and American Psycho. I like slasher films a lot, but never like the kind of mind fucky ones. But Disturbia, I loved that movie. That was one of the first.
It's also got
well,
that
no,
gorgeous
that's not
chick in it. I don't remember her name though.
true. Wee! Oh, damn it! I followed your ass. Yeah, I thought Disturbia was fantastic. I enjoyed Eagle Eye. I thought it didn't necessarily make sense,
Right.
but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it.
That's a good movie.
I loved his character in iRobot, which I also thoroughly enjoyed as a movie.
No, that's
Like
a good
he
one.
was, Jan at Spoon.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Michael Bay.
And I remember.
No, that's Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
not
no,
Michael
no.
Bay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
just
what we're
talking
talking
about
about now. I was just
Got
like,
a little
what
off
the
track
hell?
here. A little off track. But yeah, Transformers. Mainly, the primary reason I love Transformers, I was saying, was because of Shia LaBeouf, and
Oh, right.
I didn't
LaBeouf.
dislike it because of Michael Bay. We never really watched Transformers though. At least we didn't in my household. I don't know. Those are kind of, older.
Right.
It's like Thundercats. Didn't watch Thundercats. The 80s, real 80s.
Do you remember
cartoons
Beast?
that
You watched
didn't-
Beast Wars though, right?
Hell yeah.
Beast Wars.
World?
No, Beast Wars. It was the Transformer. It was Transformers. It was Optimus Prime, Megatron, all that. But it was all they were all robots of animals instead of like
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they
okay, I was
had
gonna
different
say.
names though, I thought.
I remember that.
what? Well, no, they had like
They also
nicknames.
had-
Well, there was Rat Trap, who was original, and
That's the one I remember.
the fast one was Cheetor
Cheetah.
instead
Or
of
Cheetor, yeah.
instead of whatever his name
Bumblebee or
normally is. No, Bumblebee's only for the movies. Only
Oh,
Michael
is he?
Bay has
I didn't
Bumblebee.
realize that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've heard rumor. I don't know. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's not a recurring Transformers character in a lot of things.
Interesting.
Um,
Someone flood my cavern? Great. Now where'd I go?
but yeah, that was great. And Optimus Prime was Optimus Primal because he was.
Ah,
like a monkey.
I do remember that now.
but
I
yeah,
remember watching that show.
Never
with
even
you.
realized that it was the same thing.
Yeah. I think it was like Megatron Rex or something. It was his like actual thing because he was a Frickin' T-Rex or something weird.
That's really funny,
What
actually.
is an ice torch? Is that different than a regular torch?
Just blue.
Just made of ice and blue. But yeah,
I feel like ice wouldn't be a regular torch. But yeah, TMNT, man.
I hope the
I know that
Teenage
would be
Mutant
quick.
Turtles. I know. I can see why you thought so. It's just I wasn't thinking of them as comics at all, which is, I mean that's why
Yeah,
you
that was
telling me
why I
that
tried-
helped a little.
Yeah, I mean, Nuke says, did they originate in a book? Yes. Yeah. Comic book? Yes. But that's not even close. Like, I'm sure they still publish comic books because I was looking. It's Mirage Studios, by the way. It's the comic book, and that
Gotcha.
is like their only big comic
Okay.
book or IP is Teenage Mutant Turtles.
DC Universe, or sorry, Marvel Universe really threw me off though. It's hard to recover from that one.
Yeah, that was my bad. I didn't realize that it was just because they were. But yeah, like that's like the first page of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is now I know is mocking or parodying the show, and it's like photo, or it's like not word for word, whatever you would call that for a picture or a comic book. It's panel for panel the exact
was
same
gonna
as
say.
the origin, and you even see like Daredevil in the background, and like he gets hit with the chemical spray or whatever, and then it like rolls and
It
drains
leaks
into
down
the
into
sewer.
the sewer, yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually. I didn't realize that about the turtles.
Yeah, that's a, if our viewers don't find this entertaining, they learned something today.
At least
presumably.
find it informative.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
Oh yeah, I mean, should I get informative? Should I just rattle off some
Fun facts.
factoids?
Kangaroos can't hop backwards.
So